Alright, think we got the shot? Never mind. I'm gonna make this quick because I got a lot of work to do today before tomorrow, but I gotta tell you what happened today. So, today I was preparing to do my first lesson with it's not really my first lesson. I've subbed for all of my classes, all of my co-ops classes before, and I've also done 2 lessons last semester. Let me explain the way my internship worked. So, my program, my teaching program, has us go in to our placement in the fall. We go for the whole first 2 weeks. So the week before school starts, we go through all the professional development meetings and doing textbooks, all that stuff. And then we go the full week of the first week of school. And so in high school, like me, I have the opportunity to stick with the same kids because it's a year-long class and they're there through the whole academic year. Other people, like if you're in middle school and you teach certain grades, you may get a whole new class because some of their classes are semester long. But for me, it's the whole class. So I've been in the classroom multiple times last semester. After we did the first 2 weeks, we were supposed to go in once a week for 3 hours, and you could go in the whole day. And so I've been in the class regularly, and I've subbed, and they know me, and it's all good. So it's not the first time I've taught them, but it's kind of like a big moment for the spring internship. I haven't really seen them in a while. And it's a new day. We do block scheduling, so it's all new classes today. On odd days, we do only the odd periods, and then on even days, we only do the even periods. And so I had new people today. Basically, like I said in the last video, yesterday my co-op taught all of World War I in one day. And so today I decided to take one of the classes, not both, because I was just kind of like, I want to feel it out. Even though I have taught them before, I just kind of I don't want to do a lot of work, basically. So I just did our first period class today, which is an average U.S. history class. And they were really good. Like, especially compared to yesterday's 5th block, like this class was really good. It was almost kind of scary though. They were really quiet. They actually, not only did they like act like they were engaged, like I didn't really see a lot of cell phones out from the people who like, there's usually like 1 or 2 people who are usually the cell phone culprits. But there were like a surprising amount of people that were actually following me around the room. They were like, not necessarily asking questions, but they were saying things or reacting to what I was saying and just taking notes and stuff. It was pretty awesome. But I think it also kind of led me to move through the information really quickly. So I started out with this day in history. Went through a couple of those points, and then I did the introduction of myself again because it's a whole new set of classes, and then I passed out the letters and everything, and then I prefaced it by saying, hey, we got a lot of information to get through. We're doing all of World War I today, so it would be beneficial to you and your classmates if you guys would be quiet, pay attention so we can get through it quickly, type of thing. Not really thinking it would work, and 2, not thinking it was going to take me like as short as it did to get through everything. So that was very interesting. We made a new seating chart for them that day, and in the past there's been a group of 3 or 4 girls who just talk to each other. They're on their cell phones all the time. They're like very disruptive, and then when you say something to them, they're like, what did I do wrong? Or like, why are you interrupting my conversation? And I'm just like, why? What do you mean I'm interrupting your conversation? I'm lecturing right now, so we need to figure that out. So we decided to separate them, which was a good idea. And so we had a good spread. They weren't like too far away to be like uncomfortable, but they weren't close enough together to be too comfortable. And so we basically, that coupled with the, I guess, disclosure, just kind of set the tone for the class, and they were really good. And so I went through, my co-op spent, for our average class yesterday, he spent the whole class period. I'm not even too sure if we got to do the Kahoot yesterday, but he pretty much spent the whole class period going over the information. Today, I went through it in like 45 minutes, which is, I guess I went really fast. And afterwards, I was like, ooh, looking at my watch, I was like, oh, we have a lot of time left still. And so I was asking my co-op how it went. He's like, yeah, I think you went a little fast. And I was like, am I talking fast, or do I just like go through the information? Like, what's the deal? And he's like, you're not talking fast for a conversation, but you're going through the information a little bit too quickly, type of thing. And I chalk it up to my memory, because I have a terrible memory, and so I don't remember like little stories and things that I could fill up the time with. And so it ended up going fine. We finished the lesson, we did the Kahoot, and then we ended up watching a little bit of America, the Story of Us, to kind of like get them thinking about the era we're talking about and everything. So it worked out fine, but I definitely got through it a little bit faster than I should have. But I was, yesterday we decided that I was going to do the first class and he was going to do the second class. And so today he was like packing up his stuff like I was going to be the one doing it again. I was like, you're still doing it, right? And he was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, good, because I need to watch you. I was like, I want to watch you so I can take notes on the things that I think I did differently, type of thing. And so I watched him, and I basically chalked it up to my lack of questioning. I tend to prefer to tell them information instead of asking them information. And so instead of saying, why do you think America didn't get involved in World War I until 18 months before the end of World War I, and getting them to guess the different causes, I told them the causes and just like told them everything. And so that went faster too, because I didn't have to have wait time for them to answer the questions. So I know I need to do that. I also need to probably write down the different stories as I'm making my lesson, so I can remember things to just interject. Like if I realize they're still writing and I have like nothing to say, I can still go to this story and tell that. So I got that in there. Just really like looking at the students, actually looking at the students. Like I look at them and I like scan the room and stuff, but like purposefully looking at the students to kind of get like a response to what I'm doing, and maybe playing off the response, and maybe that'll take up time too. But it's just something I gotta play around with. It also probably didn't help that I didn't like practice beforehand or like have a note sheet. I was kind of just doing verbatim the lesson he did the other day, because I sat through it twice. And for doing it that way, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't what it could be. And I realized I did kind of forget, not important things, but forget things that I could have told them, more stuff that they could have known. And so it wasn't a bad lesson at all. It was just need to work on my pacing and just kind of responding to the classroom when I'm in there. I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog because I do have a whole bunch of work to get done. So have a good afternoon and make today great.